Welcome to Finding Your Way. Thank you so much for being here today. We have guest Kim Stevenson. How are you going?
Hi Liz, how are you?
Yeah, good. How are you? Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. I'm
No worries.
excited.
Yeah, so am I. Before we start, I just wanted to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land, our Aboriginal and Indigenous people, and the Awabakal people as well. So thank you for joining us, and any messages that come through, they will come up, I'm sure, today
Yeah.
in the time that we have with you. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your story and what type of coaching you do?
Okay, so I've been in the industry since 2006, and I started out as just a general PT, as most of us do. And then I looked into nutrition and did my qualifications in nutrition. So I could teach people how to eat, I could teach people how to train, but somehow they were still sabotaging their results. And that's where I'm like, well, I need to get to the bottom of this. And for me, that was about the mindset. And the mindset is that third trifecta that really hammers home why it is that particularly women sabotage their results. And for me, I then went off into the diagonal of looking at, well, it's emotional eating. Why is it that they're emotionally eating? And that's where my life coaching qualification came into it. Also, because from my own experience, I was binge eating because of the trauma from my childhood. I would use food or alcohol as a way to soothe all the things that I'd been through my childhood, and I wasn't willing to look at it. And once you start to look at why it is that you sabotage your results, then you're able to piece together step by step little strategies that will change. And when you understand why it is that you do a certain behavior, then you can change it. So that's why I've added the life coaching to what I do. But I've also been, because I was able to overcome all my concerns and all my trauma, then I was able to become an athlete. I represent Australia in powerlifting. I have done internationally for the last 5 years. Last year was ranked 4th in the world for my bench press. I'm ranked #1 in Australia. So you don't get to that level unless you've overcome all of your stories, all your thoughts and all your beliefs about yourself. And then at the start of this year, I released my first book, and that is all about the emotional eating. So I call it empowered eating. So it's the empowered eating mindset. So this book isn't about how to diet or anything like that. It's the mindset and the sabotaging behavior that I've found through all my own clients, but also my own journey on why as women we sabotage our results. And then I have, over the years, I have presented in numerous places throughout Australia, and I am actually coming to your hometown, Newcastle, at the end of the month as well. So
I'm excited about that. Yeah, thank you so much. You've got such a powerful story, and there's just so much coming up that I'm sort of like, oh, like, what can I ask next?
And you can ask me anything. I'm an open book.
Yeah, and it's exciting. I just wanted to acknowledge you and say congratulations on all of your achievements.
Thank you.
Yeah, both professionally and personally.
Thank
you. I guess who inspired you? Who inspired you to get into the PT and the life coaching? Who inspired you to overcome all the struggles with the binge eating, all those emotional things, the alcohol, the self-sabotaging behavior when you were in the past, I guess it started like that, and now look at who you are today. Was there someone that encouraged you or inspired you to continue, to keep growing, to transform?
Couple of things. Part of it is not being my past. My past actually inspires me, believe it or not, that I don't want to be stuck in a gutter, binging, out of control, binge drinking, binge eating, whatever vice I was using at the time, and not using my childhood as an excuse. But then also, like, when it comes to support, I've got an amazing powerlifting coach, Joe Matthews, and he's fantastic. So not only is he my coach for lifting, but he's also my mentor as well. We talk a lot of life stuff and business stuff as well. So he's helped me on the business journey. There's been a few people throughout the years, like Kath, my first ever boss when I started at Fernwood in 2006. She helped me with business. Joe helped me with my mindset. But also I did a lot of reading so many different books over the years, because there was this drive not to be my past. And that's actually what inspires me more than anything, is changing my future. And knowing that because of brain brain plasticity, we actually are able to change our past. We don't have to be who we used to be or our old coding. I call it like coding as if you're a computer program. And what happens is things happen to you from the ages of 0 to 7. And we create this thought and belief about ourselves. And for me, my biological father left when I was 2. So in my head, I had to be perfect for everybody to love me. So I was top student. I was really good at everything that I did. Then I got bullied in high school, so which that happens to a lot of us, but I made this, well, if I can't be perfect, then I'll be the best party girl there is. So therefore I went and partied and ran amok all through my teenage years and used alcohol as a way to not think about what was actually going on in my mind and not dealing with my stuff. And then into my early adulthood, it still was all this sabotaging behavior. I did bodybuilding because that is, again, that pursuit for perfectionism. So I had this thought and belief that I had to be perfect for everybody to love me. But that's a very much all or nothing mentality. And so that showed up in my eating when it came to, I've gone from every extreme. So I've been anorexic. I've done, unfortunately, and this is me being honest, laxatives. So that binging and that purging. I've been everything from a size 6 to size 16 because I hadn't dealt with the stuff underneath that was bubbling away and bubbling away. I was soothing it with food and perfectionism behavior. Workaholism, that turned up in my late 20s. I'm now 38, so at the other end of it all, after having to work through all of that stuff and why it is. And the real crust came when I was sabotaging my results on the platform. So my first ever comp, I went out and I broke the Australian record, but it wasn't official because I wasn't subjected to drug testing for 3 months, and that's just the rules. But because I put so much pressure on myself to be perfect, after that, every time I went out on the platform, I choked. So for me, I had to find out, well, what is it that's making me sabotage these results? And it was that need to be perfect. And it's all because my biological father left when I was 2. He was a very violent man. There's lots of stuff and there are things that I can't say because of the legal reasons that I had to endure as a child because of him. But I had to complete that stuff before I could have the success that I have on the world stage when it comes to powerlifting.
Yeah, that's incredible. Thank you so much for opening up and being like vulnerable and so aware of actually where it all stemmed from. And I love how you mentioned the different computer systems we had. And I also love that you've got so many supportive people around you and mentors to like support you, guide you, and just sort of like pat you on the back and encourage you to continue your journey because, you know, it's important that we have support people and mentors in our life.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I just like to add there, it took me a while to accept help. So for me, this was, I'm on my own, I'm a lone ranger, I can do everything myself, this stubbornness, and especially being a female and I was abandoned as a child, so therefore the only person I could rely on was myself. I actually had to learn that it's okay to ask people for help as well.
Yeah, that's such a big topic. How did you find that experience? Like, how did you, I guess, surrender and open up and like, was there like a breaking point or a realization?
I think it's just a combination over the years. And somebody said something that was so powerful to me once, that I'm denying other people of their natural talent so I had a friend that was an accountant and she wanted to help me with my business stuff and with my business books. And at first it was like, no, you can't, I'm fine, I don't need any help. Where actually that's her natural talent. And if that was spun back on me, it'd be like people asking me anything about nutrition or training. I love to help people. I love to help people with that kind of stuff. But here I was denying other people of their natural talent and their natural love to want to help me. And that really opened up that one sentence. But also looking at, well, why is it that I didn't accept help? And it's because, well, for so long I was on my own, I was abandoned, I had to be strong and I had to be the Lone Ranger and get through things myself. So when you understand why you do a certain behavior, then you can actually change it.
Yeah, definitely. So powerful. Your story is so powerful. So thank you for sharing. And I guess what message would you share with other women and men that have struggled with eating disorders and PTSD and like that may associate with that type of trauma? what advice could you give to some young women and men out there, or any woman or man?
To actually go back and find out what those stories and beliefs are. So things happen to us. I've got a client with PTSD, and she placed meaning and belief on her attackers. So when you create that meaning and belief about yourself, it's you that does that. So for us, we were working through, well, these attackers are still taking away the power 10 years later, and you're allowing them to take that power away. Let's change that thought and belief about yourself. Just because this happened to you doesn't mean that you're a bad person, doesn't mean that you're not capable. It's that thought and belief that you placed on yourself. Like my thought and belief about my biological father leaving when I was 2, that I wasn't lovable. I placed that meaning belief. And okay, going back, little Kim was like 2 years old. Like I wasn't old enough to emotionally process the world. And a lot of our thoughts and beliefs become from those ages of 0 to 7, when we don't really emotionally process the world with logical thinking. It's only from our emotional brain. So going back to those pinpointed stories, and that's where you may need a coach or somebody who has experience in helping people through that phase and understanding those thoughts and beliefs, so that you can go back and revisit that to be able to move forward. Because otherwise, if you keep burying it and burying it and burying it, unfortunately, it's going to keep sabotaging you. Like for me, it turned out it was on the platform when I was powerlifting that my childhood kept like rearing its ugly head and then sabotaging my results.
Yeah.
So it might be in work and promotions, or rearing your children, or there's so many different ways that our past can sabotage us if we don't look at it.
Yeah, and I guess how did you come to that acceptance of self, like the parts, because we've got different parts, like of the computer, the child in you that's 2, how do you show her love and acceptance now? Is it through talking or journaling or acknowledging, like you were saying about the perfectionism? Is there something that you do to honor that part of you?
So I don't know if any of your listeners have read The 5 Love Languages. It's a really awesome book by Gary Chapman. And what that talks about is we all have a love language that we talk. It's acts of service, gifts, quality time. I always get them muddled up. Physical touch. And there's one more and I can't think of it, but Google it and you'll find it. And I use that in that I talk to my clients about, well, how do you show you that you love you? So mine are physical touch and spending quality time. So I'll take myself off to the beach. I'm in Canberra and it's a 2.5-hour drive, 3-hour drive to Coogee, which is my favorite beach. But that's a gift to me. So taking time out from my business, from competing, from everything, to go sit on the beach, meditate, journal, prayer, all of that is quality time for me. Going, Kim, you love you, you deserve this quality time. And by taking this quality time, you're actually going to open up space to be able to serve the world better. So that's one way. If it's physical touch, it's things like I use a really beautiful Aesop moisturizer, because when I put it on my body, it's a little tiny act to show, yeah, I love and care for me. I deserve to wear nice moisturizer. So you look at your love language and then brainstorm 5 to 10 ways that you could use that to show you that you love you. So another client, hers is about acts of service. So getting her car cleaned is a way of going, yeah, I am worthy of having someone clean my car for me, because that's an act of service. Gifts, it might be buying yourself a beautiful candle because you are worthy of having this beautiful smell throughout your whole house. So they're little tiny things that add up that show you that you love you. But also definitely, as you mentioned, the journaling. Journaling is so, so important. So you can understand why that you do certain behaviors, or even looking at your self-talk. A lot of the times with my clients, and this is one of the pieces of things that I did, was writing one compliment about yourself every single day. So changing your self-talk is the way to move towards self-love, or even just self-acceptance. So it can be things like, I am enough, I am worthy, I love and approve of myself. Whatever little phrase, for me it was I am worthy and I am enough. Those are the phrases that I use to reprogram my brain. but how we talk to ourselves creates our reality. And then if we're using really negative language that isn't how you would even talk to a friend, then guess what's going to happen? You're going to have low self-esteem because of the way that you talk to yourself. And it's just that one thing, one day, every single day, to start to reprogram the brain, but also doing the little acts to show you that you love you. So that's how I'd look at it.
That's super powerful. The 5 love languages. Get onto it, everyone.
Yes, definitely.
Powerful. Thank you. And I guess, we were mentioning that you're coming to Newcastle.
Yes. I'm so excited.
I'm excited. Are you able to tell us and the listeners, like what date, what it's all about? Because you're a transformation coach and personal trainer, is that correct?
Yes. Yeah. So my business is Transformations by Kim. Yeah. And that's where I do life coaching to help women break through their sabotaging behavior around food. And I also do like face-to-face or online PT as well, and the nutrition component as well. So all of that, those 3 really important parts are joined together to make those pillars of strength to change women, particularly women. I have male clients as well, but their behavior around food. So looking at their mindset, their training, and their nutrition, putting it all together. And because of my own journey as an athlete, going through my own trauma, writing my book, all of that, I create workshops because I love public speaking and I love being able to, because I love the one-on-one stuff, but obviously I want to change more people's lives. And that comes from doing seminars, because if you come and do a seminar with me or even come to a 2-hour talk, then I'm going to be able to give you tools and strategies that you can implement straight away to change your future and create a much more healthier approach, like around your own self-esteem, your own self-love, and be able to move you forward instead of just sitting here and sabotaging your results. So I'll be talking for 2 hours in Newcastle. It's on the 29th of August. It is at the Dixon Park Surf Club. Tickets include lunch, a smoothie, Pilates class, and our 2-hour chat, but also the ability to network with other women. And that's what I love, is now that I've accepted help from other people, creating community and people meeting like-minded people. Because I have an analogy, strawberry friends and Tim Tam friends. So strawberry friends are the ones that support you on your journey and they're going to help you grow. And then Tim Tam friends are the ones that will sabotage you and tell you, oh, that piece of cake won't hurt, or why do you bother going to the gym? So you want to meet more strawberry friends, and this event is that ability to meet more strawberry friends and find more like-minded women that have a growth mentality to be able to move you forward. So that's 9:30 to 2:30, Dixon Park Surf Club. It includes your lunch, includes 2 hours with me. I'll be bringing my book, so you can purchase a book as well. Otherwise, I'll give you the link to my website as well, so you can purchase books. And it's $75 a ticket, so it'll be awesome. It'll be a great day, and I can't wait to meet people, including you, Liz.
Yeah, I'm excited to meet you, and I'm going to spread this everywhere.
Thank you.
Because honour you. I think that you're absolutely amazing. Thank you for coming on today. And where can we buy the ticket on the website?
Yes, so I will actually pop it up on my work page, Transformations by Kim.
Yeah.
And I'll do another post out today. It's hosted by Corinne and Cassandra, and they own Flamingo Events. Yeah. And they've called it Flamingo Fit, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So that's the Pilates, my talk about emotional eating, and then they're doing all the catering, because Corinne works for what used to be the Golden Door, so she's amazing at making really healthy, delicious, good food.
Yeah.
So that I'll post that up. I'll send you the link for that so that people are able to purchase tickets.
Yeah, awesome. And then after the interview, if you want to drop the link down when we share it, like in the comments.
Yep, absolutely.
All your business pages, your website, where to get tickets if you're happy to do so.
Absolutely.
And,
and I've also got a YouTube channel as well. So if people need help immediately, if I've somehow resonated and you need help immediately, I've got 50 odd videos, and they're all little tiny strategies that can help people with their relationship with food as well.
That's brilliant. It's such a big topic, trauma, isn't it? And it can affect like anyone from any walk of life, anywhere in the world. So thank you for today. And before we finish up, is there like any words of wisdom or anything that you'd like to tell our listeners that may have been in your shoes?
Probably the biggest one is you're not your past. You
Yeah.
can create a different future, and you deserve to create a different future. You can move forward. And I'm proof that if I stayed where I was, then I wouldn't have achieved half as much as I've achieved. But I chose to let go of my past and make it dictate my future.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much for your time today, Kim.
Thank you. Thanks, Liz.
Yeah, and I look forward to coming to your event in August 29th.
Goodness, thank you.
Exciting.
And thank you everybody for watching, and I hope that I've helped in some way, shape or form.
Yes, thank you. Remember that each and every one of you are loved, you're worthy, you're significant, and you all have a purpose here. And thank you again, Kim Stevenson.
Yay. Thank
See you next month.
Bye.
Okay.
Yay.
I've stopped recording.
Yeah.
That's good. Thank you so much. That was awesome.
Yay. So once you've got it uploaded, let me know.